Excellent. Oh, thank you for sending through all your industries that you are from as well. For anyone just joining us, we are just about to start the webinar this evening and we have a full house. That's fantastic. I absolutely love it. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So, hi, I'm Kerry Fitzgibbon and welcome to this webinar. I am really excited to have you all here tonight because I'm going to show you the very latest marketing technique that is light years ahead of any other marketing strategy that we've been trying lately. I've been doing it not just in my own business, which I will show you along this webinar, but that of my clients as well. And some of the results include opt-in rates for free offers have more than doubled. Conversion rates for sales have increased anywhere from 2 to 15-fold, and that's even when we've put the price up, and marketing costs have dropped to less than half, and in some cases, costs have dropped by over 90%. And we're going to show you some case studies on exactly how that has happened in this webinar this evening. But the really, really great news is it's actually quite simple to implement once you understand the system, which is what I'm going to go through over the next 60 minutes. So here's what we're going to go through. We're going to go through why Facebook strategies that were working just 12 months ago, and actually I'm even going to say just 6 months ago, are now out of date, costly, and ineffective. I'm going to show you my 7 steps to marketing your business the right way on Facebook. And it is very, very different to what most businesses are doing right now. And you'll get loads of examples of businesses who are really nailing it using these strategies. So I'm going to show you heaps of case studies, and we're going to dive really, really deep into Facebook advertising and what's working right now. But before we get underway, if you haven't met me before, let me tell you a little bit about who I am and why you should listen to me. You see, it's my job to make you more money. But what I'm best known for is I've worked with businesses all over the world and I've helped them implement the latest Facebook marketing strategies. What I'm about to show you, not many others in the Facebook marketing sphere are doing or teaching. Now, I know this because I get access to thousands of ad accounts, and I'm able to see what's going on in them. And some of those ad accounts I've had to have a look at from some of my clients and people I'm teaching, but they've had their stuff set up by other Facebook marketing strategists as well. Okay, so I'm able to see right in the back end that they're getting set up wrong, and not many other people are doing what I'm doing right now. But you see, the reason why is because my main focus is on using Facebook to make money, okay? Not just make friends. Yes, it is a social network, but seriously, if you are right now, you're on this webinar because you want to grow your business, okay? So that's what I want to show you how to do that inside Facebook. My background history is I trained as a journalist. I have a degree in broadcast journalism and have worked in print, radio, and TV for over 10 years. Some of the skills actually I take into what I'm doing today include research and really not taking anything at face value. The really cool thing is I've been able to find people that are killing it online right now using Facebook, okay? And not many other people are able to find these people, and I've been able to learn straight from them just because of some of the skills that I learned as a journalist about researching, and also taking on board a lot of information and filtering it down to what actually really works. And with that, I study, I implement, and I coach others in what works in social media marketing. And I've done that over the last 7 years. Over the last 2 to 3 years, I have specialized in Facebook marketing only. Okay, I use other social media marketing channels, but in order to give you my best in Facebook marketing, and in order to be the best at Facebook marketing, I need to just concentrate on Facebook marketing because, as you know, it changes all the time, and I need to be on par with that. But I guess the most important thing for you guys here this evening is I do specialize in helping people build reliable, sustainable, scalable income streams from Facebook, not just one-off promos. So if you are looking at building a long-term, sustainable, scalable business, then you are really going to love this. But let's get underway with a little bit of a poll so that I can get a really good feel for where you are at with your Facebook marketing. So I kind of know what speed to tailor this webinar, okay? So over to the right-hand side of your screen, you'll have a control panel. In that control panel, you have a chat box where you can type in questions, okay? So I want to know how experienced you are at Facebook marketing. Now, before you answer these, let me just run through what they are, because I know that people change their mind after I start reading these out, okay? So the chat box is over to the right-hand side of your screen. It's where you can type in questions. It's either got questions or chat in there. So I think it's the question box, actually. So here we go. Someone just asked that question. Hope you're okay now, Sharon. So if you are a complete newbie, now what I mean by the complete newbie is you are not currently on Facebook right now, okay? So if you're a complete newbie, I want you to write newbie in the chat box. If you're a social Facebook user, that means that you have a personal profile. I want you to write social in the chat box there. If you have a business page but are not currently running ads, I want you to write page over in the chat box. And if you're currently running Facebook ads but not making a whole heap of money from them right now, just put in Facebook ads or FB ads in the chat box there. Now, if you are currently making lots of money from Facebook, good on you. I want you to put a whole heap of dollar signs in there for me, okay? And let's have a quick look about where everyone is at. We've got social, page, social page, Facebook ads, page, ads, page. Right, there's a whole heap here, but at the moment we don't have any people making lots of money using Facebook advertising. Fantastic, you've come to the right place. Right, so let me tell you why I choose Facebook, okay, over any of the other social media channels. And so one of the reasons why I do choose Facebook is it is actually the number one website in the world. A lot of people don't realize this. 7 out of 10 website users are on Facebook. So what you can guarantee with that is it doesn't matter what industry you are in, your client right now is on Facebook, okay? And another scary statistic, actually I don't have it included in here, but the average amount of time someone checks their Facebook profile is 15 times a day. Yes, I know a few of you guys are nodding. Some people are more than that, okay? The world's top brands are on Facebook right now, okay? So just think about it. The world's top brands spend millions of dollars on research. It's what they do, okay? So if they are on Facebook, they know it works. They only do what works. So what I quite often do is I have a look at what some of the top brands are doing and I model them, right? I see, okay, what are they doing? Is that something that I can implement in my business to a smaller scale? And bring it down to a smaller scale, okay? So take a look at what they're doing. They've spent the millions of dollars in research. You can reap the rewards, okay? More than 1 billion people access Facebook via their mobile device, okay? And in fact, in some industries, over 99% of people are accessing Facebook via mobile. I know this, like I said, I've got the access to thousands of Facebook accounts, back end of Facebook accounts. When you get into the back end of Facebook, you can see where those people are accessing and how they're getting onto Facebook, okay? Now, the great thing about this is Facebook advertising works really, really well on mobiles, and I'm going to show you a certain strategy that works absolutely amazing on Facebook mobile, okay, that you can jump off this webinar and implement pretty much straight away, but further on that later. 74% of consumers rely on social media to make purchasing decisions, okay? So they're going into Facebook and they're seeing what their friends like, and they're asking their friends for recommendations on places to travel, places to buy things, who they should be doing business with, okay? And the thing is new products are now discussed on Facebook first, okay? The reason why is it's so much cheaper for a big organization to launch a product on Facebook first than it is on mainstream media. They get the feedback really, really quickly. They can tweak it and then continue to continue to roll out on mainstream media if they need to be. But here's the deal, guys, is that most business owners are doing Facebook wrong. Now, I'm going to step through just a few pointers on the wrong way to do Facebook, just so that you can see, is that me or not? And then we're going to go through the 7-step strategy to be able to do it the right way, okay? Cool. So here's what's happening. Lot of business owners are building likes, okay? Now, I'm all okay with building likes. In fact, I believe you need to. But here's what they're doing. They're getting lots of likes at the lowest cost possible, poorly targeted, and the result is lots of poorly targeted fans, okay? So they are focusing on quantity over quality. Then what happens is they post on their Facebook page, okay? Now, all of a sudden, their post is getting no reach. So they focus on the reach, but of course, the reach is poor because the fans are poorly targeted. So the people that are on your page are not interested in your posts, so they won't take action on your post. So therefore, Facebook won't send it out to more people. Think of it like this. Facebook rewards you for doing good, basically. It rewards you for giving information that people are going to like, okay? So people focus on reach. Because the fans are poorly targeted, they're not going to get it. So then they go, right, we need to increase engagement. We need to increase the likes, the comments, the shares, the time on the post to get more reach, right? So they try and increase the engagement, but they're using irrelevant photos, those videos and memes. You know the ones I'm talking about, those cat photos that are all over Facebook. Here's what they're doing, okay? I bet you some of you guys are nodding right now. People may respond to these, and in fact they do, but they are not truly engaged with your brand, okay? And then the next step that happens, oh, got all this engagement now, but to the wrong message, and then they try to sell. But here's the deal. Sales are low since the fans are poorly targeted and they're not truly engaged. What this results in is a lot of effort for very little return. There is a much better way to do Facebook marketing. And I just want to share with you a couple of the businesses that I've worked with in order to do this, okay? So I've worked with a jeweler, Patton's Place jeweler. I worked with them last year to help build a list and to help get more sales in their business, okay? So they put on a renovation sale, and now they had no Facebook presence and didn't have a list, so a list of customers or a database. So we ran a campaign using some of the steps that I'm going to show you here this evening. We built up a nice local audience, and then we ran a marketing campaign to drive people into the store for this renovation sale. But we did a step before then because it's really, really important to build a list, to have a database that you can then market to, okay? So we wanted them to go from the ad to a sales page and to put in their name and email address to receive $10 more off already marked down prices. The result was over $128,000, and that the sale went for about a week and a half. So I worked with another business. Sam actually attended my webinar probably about a year ago and implemented the strategies that I'm sharing with you tonight. He took action, okay? So Sam owns 3 hair salons up in the Sunshine Coast, and he uses Facebook marketing now to be able to fill appointments. Now, he spends $400 a week in Facebook ads, and he makes over $4,000 a week from those ads, okay? I worked with Fruity. Now, Fruity sells high-end juices and blenders, okay? So we're talking more restaurant-grade juices and blenders. Now, with a certain strategy, an awesome strategy that I'm going to show you towards the end of the webinar that's absolutely going to blow your socks off. It's friggin' amazing, okay? They were able to make an extra $33,000 a month. More on that later, okay? And I also worked with Andrew and Daryl Grant. So Andrew and Daryl Grant, they hold workshops throughout Australia, and they've got hold a couple of workshops throughout the world as well, but they hold workshops and webinars, and they teach people how to set up online businesses, okay? So I've been working with them. They're clients and colleagues of mine. I've been working with them for the last 4 to 5 years, and I help fill all their events and that of their clients as well, okay? One particular workshop that I just want to share with you, we tracked specifically the people that booked from Facebook and what happened at the workshop. Now, they were able to make an extra $110,000 over that weekend from people that they were able to attract from Facebook, which is fantastic, using the strategies I'm sharing with you. I've worked with Campbell Moore. Now, Campbell Moore is a real estate agent here on the Gold Coast. He's absolutely awesome. Now, Campbell, bit of a technophobe, okay? You don't have to be hugely technical to make this work, but Campbell, complete technophobe. So we set him up on Facebook, and in fact, in the first 10 days of him being on Facebook, we were promoting some open homes that he was holding. Now, a couple saw one of the open homes that he was promoting on Facebook, absolutely loved what he was doing. The fact that he was being a little different, outside the square to a lot of agents out there. And they came to his open home and asked him to list their home, and that was a $1.2 million listing. And I want to share with you a personal story, okay? So this is my business. I now own an international sportswear brand of clothing. It is trademarked as well. It's Marathon Girl. Now, I was able to set up this business using the strategies I'm sharing with you this evening. But basically, it was about 3 years ago, I was set a challenge to set up a Facebook business from scratch to make money within 30 days, okay? So I had nothing, and I came up with the marathon niche because I am a runner. At that particular stage, I hadn't run an official marathon, in saying that I'd done longer distances, but not an official marathon. But I broke down that the marathon niche was a very good, passionate niche of people. So I joined up to the first marathon and started running this page, right? I started making money from this business within 21 days, okay? And it was selling affiliate products initially. But what I did is I built a tribe. I did the 7 steps I'm showing you here this evening, and here's what it's amounted to. I now sell running programs, I sell nutritional programs, but I make $6,000 to $8,000 a month selling sportswear clothing. Never mess with a woman who runs 42.2 kilometers just for fun, or 26.2 miles if you're in the United States. I just ran the Boston Marathon in April and have got a distributor now in the States selling my marathon tops. I've branched out to half marathon gear and a whole heap of different colors as well. I'm introducing stickers and accessories, and they've asked me for jackets and everything, and hats and whatever else. So this is a really, really expanding business, but I make $6,000 to $8,000 a month from this business, and I work 10 hours at the very, very most in this business. I have other people post out my tops, but it's just around about 10 hours a month. So put your hand up. You'll see the little hand symbol in your chat box if that is something that you would love to know how to do. Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much. Great. So let's show you how to do that. Oh, just one more story, because I absolutely love this. Okay, so Petra, this isn't her, this is her daughter, but Petra came to my workshop a couple of years ago. So I hold a 3-day workshop, and she came to my workshop a couple of years ago, sat in the crowd, left the workshop and took action. Now, last October, I held another 3-day workshop, and we'd been in contact, and I'd been helping her with her stuff, and I asked her to come and tell everyone at the workshop what she'd achieved over the last year. And this is what she said. I'm a beauty therapist with a passion for natural therapies. I have an e-commerce business selling a natural teeth whitener called War Paint. I started on social media just 18 months ago. Before that, I didn't even know what a like was. I attended Curie's Facebook workshop a year ago. So she didn't know what a like was, by the way. I attended Curie's Facebook workshop a year ago, and Kerry helped me set up my business on Facebook. My daughters also helped me with Instagram. I've now been selling for 10 months. In month 3, I did 30,000 in sales. Last month, I did 65,000. I'm now selling in 55 countries and have a distributor in the UK. I'm a 2015 finalist in the Richard Branson Entrepreneur Business Builders Award, and I'm in the top 1% in social media sales for the businesses under 12 months old. Based on orders I have in the pipeline, I'll do over $1 million next year. That deserves a massive clap, okay? So didn't know what a like was, did not have a business. A year later, she's up on my stage telling the story. I'm just so proud, okay? And why? Because she followed the system, okay? So here's the step-by-step right way to do Facebook marketing. And there's 7 steps I'm going to be taking you through. But step 1 is setting up, optimizing your Facebook page, your like campaign, and your opt-in page with a valuable free gift, okay? So we need an optimized Facebook page. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail on that, but just let me share this with you. You have a cover photo on your Facebook page. Make sure that's your shop window, okay? That's promoting products, services, free stuff, or whatever it might be. Swap it out like a shop retail window would swap out their window, okay? That is prime real estate. Also, your thumbnail picture, so your profile picture, try mixing it up using a image of a face, whether it's you or an avatar, okay, if you've got a face for radio, an avatar, and a logo as well, okay, because people do business with people. They love to be able to identify with a face, okay. So I'm going to go through more detail on how you can run your like campaign and how you can build a list, because the money is in the list, okay. So let's go dive deep into creating effective like ads. So this is to get people to come and like your page. They become effectively fans. So the components we need for this are, we need an image and a call to action to get people to come and like the page, okay? So just to give you an example, for my Run Marathon training page, love running marathons, like us. It is very, very simple, okay? The only thing we're getting people to do right at this stage is to come and like our page. We don't need them buying for now. We just want to identify who they are initially. So love running marathons, like us. If someone doesn't love it, they're not going to come like me. They're not my target audience, okay? Then what we want to do is we want to create and manage this ad inside Ads Manager, okay? So there's several different ways that you can run ads, and you've probably experienced some for yourself. One is when you first set up your Facebook page, Facebook will ask you, do you want to promote this page? A lot of people accidentally fall into the trap of going, yep, of course I do. Who wouldn't? Enter your credit card details, all of a sudden you're running an ad, right? It's a non-effective ad effectively, okay? So you can also run it straight off your page. So if you are, Facebook will be saying to you, hey, listen, promote your page, and you can do it straight off your page, okay? But again, you won't have the functionality. It's not as optimized as an ad you can set up inside either Ads Manager or some of our experienced people, Power Editor, okay? So always have 2 ads running to split test. We need to be split testing our ads. We want to have a control. We want to see one ad and beat that control. And I'll show you some examples in a minute of exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the first thing you want to split test is the image, because this is the main thing that people see when they're scrolling through Facebook, whether on their mobile or on their desktop. Now, in our first instance, when we're setting up a campaign to get people to come and like our page, we want to run that campaign for up to 10 days. Don't stop it after 1 or 2 or 3 days, because you're not going to get the full effect of it, okay? So run the campaign. I usually run it and split test for around about 10 days, and we want to have a daily budget of $5 per ad set, okay? So 2 ad sets, 2 ads running at the same time, and a budget of between $5 and $10 a day for those ad sets. Okay. Now, what we're looking for when we're running these ads is we want to find an ad that has a high relevancy score and a low cost per like. So here's what Facebook does. Facebook ranks your ads, okay? And it gives you, if you're doing really well and so people are acting on your ad, Facebook will give you a 10 out of 10 relevancy score. So what that means is, hooray for you, your image, your target audience, and your copy is pretty much awesome, okay? The lower it is, the less awesome it is. What happens is, if it's great and you get a relevancy score out of 10 and 10 for your like campaign, then Facebook will reward you and you'll end up with a lower cost per like. Now, the only time I worry about a relevancy score for our more people that have run ads before is in a like campaign, because I've seen a direct correlation between high relevancy and lower cost per like. Very different if you're running a website conversion or a website click ad. I'm not so concerned about the relevancy score, okay? So the people that you're going to advertise to in the immediate instance is, if your business is brand new, so you're just starting out, you just want to advertise to an interest-based audience. What I mean by that is Facebook allows you to advertise to all different types of audiences, okay? Now, if I'm running an ad to an interest-based audience and it's for my marathon people, I'm targeting people who are interested in the Boston Marathon, the Gold Coast Marathon, the New York Marathon, the Sydney Running Festival, the Gold Coast Marathon, and so on. You get my drift? So those are the people that I'm targeting, okay? If you have an existing database, then you can upload them into Facebook, okay? And you can advertise to them. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that very, very shortly, okay? So here's an example of a couple of different like ads and the different relevancy score. So here is a client of mine, and they run a page called Happy Samoyeds. Now, this is a passion type of page. Love Samoyed dogs, like us, adorable photos, helpful tips. This is a Samoyed haven, okay? Now, when we ran this ad, it had a relevancy score of 8 out of 10, which is okay, that's fine, but it was 28 cents to get someone a like, effectively, okay? Now, here's the thing. In some industries, this is okay. We would be perfectly fine with this, but because this is a passion niche and it's going international passion niche, I know that it can actually get quite a bit lower, okay? So we split test the image and split test it with this one, okay? After a few days, relevancy score was 10 out of 10, Facebook rewarded it, and it ended up 6 cents a like, okay? So really, that is the importance of split testing, because you just never know, you might be able to get it lower. And of course, we want to get highly targeted fans, very, very qualified fans, but we don't want to pay, we want to pay the lowest cost possible to get those people. So that only comes with knowing who they are and split testing, okay? Here's an ad that I originally ran quite a few years, a year or so ago. So turn your Facebook marketing efforts into profits, like us. Pretty boring, okay? But it was around about anywhere from, I believe it might have been about 80 to $1.20 to get someone to like my page, okay? And you know what? Like in my industry, and it's okay. It's business to business, and I will get return on investment on that. But you know, I like to play around and split test and that. So I started thinking outside the square a little bit. I work with many different people, but in my marketing, I target people more like myself, okay? And I absolutely have a passion for shoes, okay? So I wanted to do something different, start out on the right foot with your Facebook marketing and advertising like us. This one here dropped down to around about 18 cents to 21 cents to get a like. Now, it's a business-to-business industry and a highly competitive industry, and I'm very, very happy with that. I definitely get return on investment on that one, okay? So think outside the square when you're running your ads as well. Get creative, okay? So the purpose of the like ads, they're really not what you think, okay? It's to help you exactly identify who your avatar is, okay? So realistically, the demographics of your ideal client. Once you know who this person is, you can advertise directly to them, and this seriously massively reduces your ad costs. So think about it like this. A 35 to 45-year-old female is attracted to quite often different images, different colors, different font, and a different type message than, let's just say, a male of the same age or a younger female, okay? So you've seen it yourself, the number of times you've seen probably ads and you've gone, oh my God, that's about me. There's a reason why. That person that's advertising or the marketing company that's advertising to you knows exactly who you are. That's what you want to be like. And if they can identify with you, they take action. If they take action, Facebook rewards you. Okay. So, and yes, some part of it is to get a little bit of social proof and to get likes, but that's the least reason why we run these like campaigns. Okay. The other thing is that we find that people that come and like your page, otherwise known as fans, they convert a lot better than a cold audience. And what I mean by a cold audience is someone who doesn't know you right now, okay? Because someone who's liked your page, it's just their first little touch point on saying, they're putting their hand up to say, I'm interested in what you do. So here's an example of I just took a screen snapshot of a few days of advertising for a client of mine to build a list. We were advertising to fans and we were advertising to interest-based audience. So this was pretty new on in the piece, and we didn't have other audiences to advertise to. So as you can see here, we'll just cut straight to the chase here. $6.43 to get a lead for an cold audience, and for a fan it only costs $2.01 to get that, okay? And of course we got more leads from people that had already put their hand up to say, I like what you do, and were slightly warm. So step 2 is we want to post helpful, relevant content onto your blog, okay? So helpful, relevant content onto your website. So just to give you an example of what this is my blog or my website. So we want to think about what it is that your clients want and the main questions that they ask, post something onto your website, and then get ready for the rest of the steps, okay? So step 3 is we want to put a Facebook pixel on each page of your website to track visitors. So we've built up the fan, we've set up the page, we've built up the fan base, we've now put some content on our website. Now we've got to optimize our website to get ready for website visitors. So we're going to put a Facebook pixel on each page of your website to track your visitors. Now you might be saying, what is this pixel? Okay, well, it's a small piece of code that Facebook gives you. You all have one if you have a Facebook account. When you put it on your website, what happens is it tags any visitors who have a Facebook account who come to your website. The really, really great thing about this is whether they are logged into Facebook or not. If they visit your website, they'll get tagged, and you can start building audiences from those people inside Facebook. More on that later, okay? You then create audiences inside Facebook. So you've got the pixel on your website, you go back to Facebook, and you create audiences inside Facebook, depending on which pages on your website that they have visited. And some of you guys might have experienced that with registering for this webinar as well. So you then go and set up rules inside Facebook. So we've got the code on the website. We're going to start driving people to our website. We've got to set up audiences inside our inside Facebook, for people that have come to our website, have visited our website within 180 days, have visited our website within 30 days, 7 days, 1 day, or so on, or haven't visited our website for a while, are some of the things that you can do. Then you want to set up rules inside Facebook, but to instruct Facebook to show them different ads to the different audiences. We'll be going into more details on that very, very soon, okay? But let's not rush it too fast, because we've got to go through the steps in the process. It is really important that you follow these steps in this exact process to get maximum result, okay? Now I'm going to show you how later on in this webinar how I can help you do this, right? So step 4 is running Facebook ads to your fans. So you've started to build up those fans, and to those people that are going to your website, okay? And people that have already opted in, also are already on your database, or have read your content, that content that you've put on your website, okay? The purpose of this particular step is we want to be able to trigger that Facebook pixel to create what we call a website custom audience. Now, these people are really, really hot prospects. Why is that? Because they've come to your website for a reason. We want to be able to build an email list, so a database from these people that we can email market to further down the track. We want to then build an email list that you can load back into Facebook again as a custom audience and advertise to it. So they've come to your website, they've opted in. We're going to then track those people, load them back into Facebook again so we can advertise to them. They start to get really, really hot at this stage. And then we want to build a custom audience that you can use to create what we call a look-alike audiences that you can advertise to. Now, a look-alike audience is that similar to your current client list, you can build one from, to your email list, to your website audience. You see, the thing is Facebook is tracking everyone on Facebook. They're not just tracking them on Facebook, they're tracking them off Facebook as well. So Facebook is very, very, very good at matching up similar people and similar demographics, and you can use this to your advantage, okay? So I want to show you an example of an ad that we would use to drive people to come and opt in to get a free copy of a book, so something high perceived value, low cost of delivery, so that we can start building a list. So here's a client that I work with, swap work for travel. So discover how to swap work for travel, live with the locals, and make a difference free guide. So here's what it looks like. People can click through to download now or go to the landing page. So what happens is they come through to this page where the only thing they can do here is, that's the bottom of the page, enter their name and email address to get a free copy of the guide. Did you see the congruency between the ad and the landing page? Okay, so they weren't getting any nasty surprises. It was a very, very smooth transition, which is what we're looking for between the two as well. Okay, so step 5 is creating highly targeted custom audiences that you can remarket to. Okay, so we've driven them back to our website. Now we're going to advertise to fans. We want to build website visitors, an email list, and those look-alike audiences that I was talking about. So just to go into a bit more detail, so we've got the fans. These are the people that put their hand up, the first little touch on them to say, I'm interested in what you do. So we then can build them into email custom audiences, so get them to come to our website, opt into a list. They become very, very hot prospects then, okay? Website custom audience as well. So these are the people that have come to your website. Doesn't matter what action they take on your website, they get tagged as well. And a lookalike audience of all of the above, okay? So like I said, Facebook's very, very, very good at matching audiences or matching, your current client base, because it's watching what you guys do inside Facebook. It knows when you like something, when you comment, the pages that you like, the websites that you visit, what your friends are doing, and so on and so on and so on, okay? So this lookalike audience, honestly, if you have right now pretty much, hardly any list, not that many people that like your page, you're just starting out, okay, this is your audience, because you can go from having, let's just say, 100 fans on your Facebook page and ask Facebook, I want way more people that are exactly like those people that like my Facebook page, and Facebook can produce a lookalike audience that's up and over 100, 200, 300, 400,000 of the same type of people. Imagine that if you say, listen, Facebook, you've got 150 clients, okay, and you load these email addresses up into Facebook and it matches them, and you say, I want a whole heap more people that are exactly like my clients. Well, you could get a list of 100,000 plus people that have the identical attributes to your current clients right now. It's pretty exciting stuff, okay? It really does take the guesswork out of finding your clients. You can advertise to an audience based on the action that they've taken. So whether they've visited your landing page but not opted in, okay? So some of you guys would have experienced this. The ones that did not register straight away would have had you would have come to my registration page. For whatever reason you didn't register, you went away, you got back into Facebook, and you would have seen, oi, you haven't booked yet. I see you came to my Facebook remarketing webinar registration page but didn't register. Here's why you need to attend this webinar, benefit, 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 to get them to come back and take action. Excuse me. Also to shopping cart abandonments, okay? So let's just say you've got an e-commerce store and someone comes to your e-commerce store and they go to, they add to cart, but they then don't check out, okay? Actually, 67% of people do this for whatever reason. Baby cries, house is burning down, the phone rings, whatever it is. And you've probably done it yourself, okay? I certainly have, okay? Well, you could advertise to those people. You know, see you've left your shopping cart behind, make sure you go through, you know, or you know, to check out, or see that you've you know, left your shopping cart behind. Is there anything we can do to help? Call us, whatever it might be. Get back in front of those people again, okay? We can also advertise to a behavior-based audience. So what I mean by a behavior-based audience is, you know, people that like to travel a lot, as an example. So if you've got a travel industry type of business, or you're in the travel industry, you might want to advertise to people based on the fact that they're traveling a lot, like to travel to certain locations, are currently traveling in a certain location, people that spend a lot on Facebook. You can advertise to people based on their income stream, how much money they make, what type of house that they, the price of their house, what type of car they drive. Honestly, the choice is absolutely endless. I love this platform for the audiences that you can advertise to, okay? So step 6 is being able to remarket to those custom audiences to build, again, take it into a full circle, build your fans and your email list, okay? So you might be asking by now, what is remarketing, okay? Here's the deal. Here's my definition of it, okay? It's about stalking people who visit your website and based on their action or inaction, show them highly targeted ads. Now, the purpose of the remarketing ads is to target people who have taken a particular action with a very specific, tailored ad. I see, so for instance, if someone comes to my Marathon Girl shopping cart and they don't buy a Marathon Girl top, when they come back into Facebook, they will see an ad that's saying, hey, free shipping till Sunday, okay? So it's free shipping anyway, but I would just say, hey, free shipping till Sunday, right? And I mix it up with a whole heap of other things. Or it might be a testimonial on someone else who's bought the top. They're amazing quality. They're really great material. And I've had women saying they've run their best marathon because they're wearing it, okay? So I put those ads out in front, the testimonials and things, all right? If someone comes and they buy a Marathon Girl top, well, they get upsold. They come back into Facebook and, hey, you're looking for a marathon running training program, okay? Or I upsell them into a different color or so on, okay? It's really, really awesome. They're already hot prospects. So if someone does visit your opt-in page, so to build your list, but not given you their name and email address, show them ads about the value of your free gift. I see you came and visited my Marathon Girl guide to running a marathon, but didn't grab the guide. Here are the reasons why you need to get it, benefit, 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 to get them to take action, okay? If someone has abandoned your shopping cart, so partway through the buying process, show them ads about the benefit of your product. Some examples of some remarketing ads. I was lucky enough to work with Glenn Twiddle. So he holds real estate workshops in Australia. He's currently actually right now, I believe, playing a poker game with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the United States. So Glenn had Arnold come to his, presented his workshop last year. He did a double whammy, in fact. He had Arnold at the beginning of the year, and he had Richard Branson come to his workshop at the end of the year. And I was lucky enough to be able to share the stage with Richard Branson. So Glenn came to me for his Facebook marketing, okay? So it's, the deal with Glenn is that he was when we ran this particular promotion, it was on the tail end of a massive big promotion he was running. He was holding another workshop. He had already exhausted his marketing, okay? When Richard Branson said, yep, I'll come and do a workshop for you, but it has to be on this date, which was the worst possible date because it was at the tail end of a huge big event that Glenn was holding. So like I said, he had exhausted his list. So he had to keep it quiet, right? He couldn't say anything about it until about a week and a half, actually 2 weeks before the event. Okay, so he didn't spoil the tickets for the previous one. And so he came to me, and we could only promote this it would have been about a week and a half out, in all fairness. Want to spend time with Richard Branson? He's coming to Australia next week. Last minute ticket sales are still available to see Richard Branson and the Titans of Real Estate on stage. Book now before another agent takes your place. So about a month or so after that, I asked Glenn to come and share his story at my 3-day workshop. Here's what he said. A couple of weeks ago, I was host to Richard Branson at one of my events. I had over 1,000 people attend. The reason I'm able to get those sorts of numbers is the help I've had from Kerry Fitzgibbon in my Facebook marketing. Kerry handled it all for me. Her Facebook skills were beyond good. Using her remarketing strategies, the results were incredible. My cost per conversion dropped by over 80%, from 97 to 197 to just $17 to $20 to get someone to come to a seminar. I can't imagine how much money I wasted back when I was doing it myself. I'm really glad I found Kerry with her unique skills on Facebook. Thank you, Glenn. Okay, so here was the ad that they saw after they came to the registration page, might have said, nah, not really for me, come back to Facebook. Did life get in the way? Our spies tell us you were checking out the Titans of Real Estate event page, but you didn't register. Here's your last chance to spend time with Richard Branson and the Titans of Real Estate. Last minute ticket sales are still available and the event is next week, okay? The reason why this particular type of ad was able to work specifically for the real estate agents is they thought this was really clever because they knew that he knew that they'd been to the registration page. It wouldn't necessarily work in every niche, but it worked really, really well here, okay? And the great thing was, when I spoke to Glenn, I said, listen, what was your result from that event? He said, listen, Kerry, over $500,000 I've made. He says, but the money is keep coming in from sales of people that have bought stuff at the workshop. So an absolutely fantastic result for that, okay? So the last step, step 7, is sell stuff, okay? A lot of people forget to sell. You've built up this massive big tribe of highly people that love you by now, okay? And you want to sell them stuff. But you want to do that via email from the list you built and from those remarketing ads to those custom audiences, okay? So I want to share with you a couple of case studies of some of the businesses that I've worked with just specifically for remarketing, okay? So we've got Nick, and Nick owns a online motorcycle parts store, and he was getting a huge drop, a huge abandoned shopping cart, right? So he attended my webinar last year and took action, okay? So the results from it were ad costs dropped 23% after remarketing to his website audience, dropped a further 62% after remarketing to shopping cart abandonments, okay? Those people that added to cart but didn't check out. Facebook ads now cost only 1/10 of Google AdWords, and its monthly income was up 46% in the first 4 weeks, but it doubled since he started remarketing. I worked with, you know how I was telling you before about Andrew and Daryl Grant, clients and colleagues of mine that I help them fill their events. They work with a lot of top online marketers in Australia, and one of them happens to be a copywriter, Brett Thompson. Okay, now Brett came to them and said, "Listen, I've got a new app. I really want you to help me promote it." Now Andrew and Daryl were just in the middle of a promotion for a 4-day workshop, and they really didn't want to interrupt their list or confuse their list with other marketing, but they did want to help Brett. So we set up an ad campaign instead, okay? And the results of that ad campaign, it was just over 4 days. They got over 112 new leads, but we spent at $300. It cost $2.68 to get the lead at this particular stage. We advertised to the database that we've loaded up and to a look-alike audience of the database as well, okay? Now, the profit from that was $4,200 just over that 4 days. But wouldn't you spend $300 to make $4,200? I'd do that all day, every day. So that through there that I was talking about before, and their remarketing ads. So you know how I said at the start of the webinar that they're able to make $33,000 a month? This is the strategy that we use. We did a Boxing Day sale using all the 7 steps that we did before, but we did a Boxing Day sale, and here are the results. Okay, they had 50 sales. They advertised to a lookalike audience, to fans, to website audience, and to database. Spent $300 to make over $15,000. But the really, really great thing here is it was $6 to get a sale it cost, okay? Now they were saying in Google Ads, it was costing them any from $80 to over $100 to get a conversion or to get a sale, and we dropped that down to on average $6 per action, which was super, super exciting. Okay, I've also had the opportunity to work with Lauren Clement. Now, for you guys that might not know Lauren Clement, she's one of Australia's top brand ambassadors, okay? But Lauren has worked with some of the top marketing agencies in New Zealand and Australia, and she is also a best-selling author. Now, she has been running workshops throughout Australia, but she was struggling to fill them. So she came to me to help her do this. Now, again, she came and stood on my stage in October and shared the story about her experience. I'm an author and a speaker, and I help people raise their authority. Last year, my books became bestsellers, so I've been doing the speaking circuit, but I was finding it hard to fill my workshops. As soon as Kerry switched on Facebook ads, I had full workshops. I already had a database, and Kerry plugged that into Facebook, and it all happened like magic. And the people that turned up to the workshops are the perfect audience. Even the lookalike audience is a perfect match. At my half-day personal branding workshops, I sell one-on-one program. With workshops filled with Facebook, I'm getting 80% conversion rate. I've spent 180 on Facebook ads, and it's turned into thousands. I've had the chance also to work with Jake. Now, Jake is a personal trainer, but he has he has boot camps all throughout Queensland, right? And it's as a really, really successful personal training business. Now, again, Jake came to my workshop, and this is what he's shared with the audience. I've been running a PT business for about 6.5 years. We have 22 locations in Queensland and Western Australia. We mostly use Facebook ads to bring in leads, and we've been working with Kerry for 2 months now. It's been a lot longer now. Jake and I still work with each other. On Facebook, we promote a 4-week intro boot camp for just $47. Once people have bought, we upsell them to ongoing programs. Our continuity products bring in about $20,000 a week. Since we've been working with Kerry, we've been able to reduce our cost per lead down to just $3.50. We have a 33% conversion rate to a long-term client with a value of $1,000. That means it now costs us just $10 to make $1,000. That also makes it easy to license our business model to other PTs. Without Facebook, I'd just be a typical PT trying to get my next client working a second job at night, okay? So I hope you are now seeing the potential of what Facebook ads can do for you. I've given you dozens of different examples. Obviously, there's going to be variations of success, but let me take a few moments to show you how you can be successful in Facebook with my step-by-step program. So there are probably a lot of questions you have, so that is why I've put this together. It's my Facebook Profits program. Now, there are 3 different components to this, and the first component is the Facebook Ad Secrets remarketing training. So that's super secret, like sneaky, great technique that I was telling you about to be able to get back in front of those people that would never see you again. So the Facebook Ad Secrets remarketing component, broken down, is there are 7 training videos inside here, okay? So there's 7 training videos where you look over my shoulder and I show you exactly what to do, step-by-step process. This is valued at $1,397. But I know a lot of people like to learn in different ways, okay? So I also have a training guide that goes alongside these training webinars as well, and that's valued at $147. Now, some of you guys like to do things nice and quick, so I have a quick start cheat sheet where you can tick everything off as you go through it to make sure that you do it all in the right order, okay? I also have a resources report. Now, you know how I was saying I'm a journalist by trade, okay? So I have research, lots of stuff to be able to come up with what I'm sharing with you guys, okay? So I've put it in a resource report, has a whole heap of links and things to places where I've got some of this information from as well. Now, if some of you are like me and you like to get out and do lots of running, then I've got audios of the training as well. Or if you are commuting and you're driving a lot. Now, here's what I suggest you do. You listen to the training webinars and then you segment it in your head with the training audios, okay? That's what I tend to do. It's how I get my best training done. The total value of this first component is valued at $1995. Then we have the how to make sales from Facebook without spending a cent program. I like to also use nice free techniques to be able to get sales in Facebook as well. So I share this with you. They cover all the latest tips, tricks to getting really good quality free traffic on Facebook, including how to increase the reach of your organic posts, how to post so that to get your fans to sign up to your email list, and some of the new rules of Facebook posting and how to use this to your advantage, and some quick engagement and monetizing tips for Facebook as well. So the total value of this is $497. And then, of course, there's the how to create a profitable Facebook business from scratch. This is more of a beginner's course, but this is where a lot of you, I believe, can start right now, because this component here has 6 training videos. In them, I show you step by step the 7-step process that I just went through with you this evening. How to optimize that Facebook page, how to create those like ads to build an audience, how to post on Facebook the right way for the best engagement. Most people are doing this wrong, okay? How to use Facebook to sell your products or services, including the images that you need to use in ads and what type of copy converts best, okay? The total value of this component is $1,997. I also have the video sets to that 3-day workshop that I was telling you about throughout the webinar. So it was held in October. So we videoed this. It's a 12 video step and it's just really in depth on how to use Facebook to grow your business, okay? I'm also holding another workshop in a couple of months and you will get access to that, to come to that workshop as well. It's another 3-day workshop. Now, there is a whole heap of information I'm giving you, and that's why I want to make sure it's a great program for you, okay, and so that you can be as successful as possible. So that's why I'm offering you also a one-on-one strategy call with me. So you'll have the nuts and bolts in the program, but really I want to go through the big picture and how this program can work best tailored for your particular business so that you can get results a lot quicker, okay? Now, the last thing I'm going to do is something really, really special. It's something I normally reserve for my high-end clients, people who pay me over $17,000 or more. Now, what I'm going to give you is 12 months of private mentoring from me as you implement as part of our exclusive private Facebook group. Okay, this group has a couple of hundred members in it now. We have past clients who are absolutely killing it on Facebook who are there now helping others achieve. It's almost like you've got me working in the business with you, right beside you, because I'm in there every single day. As you've got questions along the way, I'm in there answering them for you. But you've got clients, past clients answering them for you as well. You've got SEO experts in there. We've got web developers. We've got copywriters. We've got a whole range of top marketers that are inside this group right now that are ready to answer your questions as you go through implementing your marketing strategies in your business. So just to wrap this up, here's the summary of what you get. You get the Facebook Ad Secrets Remarketing training, and that's valued at $1995. You get the How to Make Sales from Facebook Without Spending a Cent program, which is valued at $497. You get the How to Create Profitable Facebook Business from Scratch beginner's course, valued at $1997, and you get that one-on-one strategy session with me, which is valued at $997. And of course, that 12 months private mentoring. Really, seriously, that is priceless because it is like pretty much like you've got me in your business. And then, of course, the 12 video set on how to use Facebook to grow your business, which is valued at $997. So the total value is $6,483. And I know at that price, it's incredible value, and I know you'll easily recoup the value in the increased traffic, conversions, and sales you make from what you'll learn in the program. But I have something really, really special for you that's going to give you massive discount on that price. You see, I need to ask you a favor. I'm on a mission to be the go-to person for Facebook and Facebook remarketing in the world. I'm already getting heaps of speaking gigs and I have overseas clients, but I need a whole lot more, okay? So I need lots of case studies and successful stories. So realistically, this is a win-win situation. You can get my entire program, all the components and everything, for 4 payments of $297. So that's 4 monthly payments of $297. So here is the link here, socialmediaplus1.com/remarketing-webinar/FB offer. It's a big one, hey? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that over to the chat box, over to the right-hand side of the page, and I'm just going to enter that into there now. So what you can do is you can click on that and go to the page and you sign up and you get instant access to all that material, okay? Now, if you do pay up front, you do get a further discount. You get the entire program for $997, okay? So there's the link there. I have put it in the chat box over to the right-hand side of the page. Now, the deal is that a lot of you guys don't know who I am, and I guess, you know, you might feel a bit apprehensive about doing business with someone that you've first met, okay, that you've just met, even if it is an amazing offer. So here's what I'll do for you. I'm going to include a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. That means over the next 30 days, you can watch the videos, read the guide, use the checklists, even get the strategy call with me, ask as many questions as you want in that private mentoring group, and at the end of the 30 days, you decide the program is not for you for any reason, then I will refund you in full. I really can't make it more risk-free than that. And as my way of saying sorry, I will also let you keep access to the 12 video set of how you can use Facebook to grow your business, okay? So something else that I really, very, very, very special that I want to share for you guys is I love action takers, okay? Now, I love working with action takers for people who are keen to make things happen. I'm an action taker myself, and I have a track record to prove it. Now, I've got something really, really special for you guys, okay? So if you join before the end of the webinar, now I'm going to be taking questions at the end of this webinar, so it's time for you to ask all the questions you want, but if you join before the end of the webinar, I will build your Facebook marketing for you, okay? So here's what I will do. I will build your Facebook page, or if you've already got one, I will optimize it with graphics and make it more optimized inside Facebook. I'll create your like ads and set up your like campaign, including the graphics for those as well. We'll create your conversion ads, so those ads that drive people to your website, and set up the ad campaign for that as well. We will create your remarketing ads. So you know those ads that people have come to your website and they haven't taken action, they come back to Facebook, well, we'll create those ads as well. We'll create and load all the necessary Facebook pixels onto your website, and we will create those audiences for you as well. And then we will hand it over to you, and you've got all the training on how to manage that, okay? Now, I sell my done-for-you service for over $4,000. In fact, I've just put my price up to $5,000 now, okay, for what I'm doing in my Action Takers bonus here. So I want to share with you some people that have taken advantage and taken action. So Lucy said this after working with me. Lucy is doing some training with one of the big name American internet marketers. I won't name any names. You might recognize who they are. Lucy said that by comparison, my training was, I love how Kerry has taken a complex subject and made it easy to follow and implement. Now, I caught up with Lucy recently, and here's what she had to say. So $30,000 income from Facebook. Hi, Kerry, just wanted to let you know of my successes in the last month. Since getting your help with my Facebook marketing, I've been making 2 to 3 sales a month of my $3,000 product consistently. Then last month, I did a special promo and made $30,000. Next step for me is to take my program to the US. Thank you so much for your help. That's Lucy. Julie, she had an increase in web traffic. So since I started the Facebook remarketing training only a few weeks ago, Julie had 6 to 9 times increase in traffic to her website, which is helping kids with autism. I've worked with Annette Welsford. So she is an amazing marketer here in Queensland, and she is Annette is a marketing consultant to small and medium enterprises. She had an electrician client of hers has increased traffic / costs and gotten 7 new client calls in just 6 days. At 50 cents per website visitor, it's costed way less than Google AdWords. And she's got a mortgage broker client, and he's used remarketing to double clients, a double page likes in 8 weeks, and is now generating new business as well. Okay, so you can get started today for just $997 for one-off payment, or $297 today, and then 3 more monthly payments of $297. Plus, if you join before the end of the webinar, you get that Action Takers bonus where I set up your Facebook marketing for you. And like I said, that's something that I offer to my clients for around about $5,000. So I'm just going to put the link in the chat box here, and we're going to go to questions right now, so you can get a chance to grab the program. Okay, so let me just open up the question box here. And I'm going to scroll through. Now, if you've been asking questions throughout, then please type them in again. I've probably missed them, okay? So, okay. Awesome. Great, awesome. We've got a quick one. Thanks, Ryan. Good to have you on board. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to working with you. You are an action taker. Great stuff. Okay, so what have we got here? Okay, so hi Kerry, can remarketing apply to lead ads? Awesome question. So I have access to a Facebook marketing rep. I have my own little Facebook marketing rep who I talk to on a weekly basis, and he just told me today that they just have released that. So what Derek means by that, by remarketing to lead ads. Now, I've shown you some strategies to advertise to different types of advertising, but there's a whole heap of different ways that you can advertise, objectives that you can have in Facebook ads. Now, one of them is called a Facebook lead ad. Now, what this is it's an ad that sits inside Facebook that you can build a list from, and people don't have to leave Facebook. So that means they don't go to your website, which means that it's really hard to remarket to them because they haven't fired off your pixel. But he just told me today that it's rolling out right now, that they're setting up remarketing to lead ads. So there's people that clicked on the ad but didn't fill out or didn't automatically fill out the form. So absolutely fantastic. Hey, Sam, looking forward to working with you. Thank you very much. I'm on board. Lock me in. Great stuff. Oh, awesome, Tanya. So have you experienced with romance authors? I have 2 books traditionally published, and they sell for $3.99. New book coming in September. Do you think this will work? Here's a really, really great strategy, Tanya, for romance authors, is target the fans of authors that are similar to yours. So I can't think of on hand romance authors, maybe Mills and Boons or something like that. I'm actually more of a Harlan Coben and a James Patterson girl, and they're definitely not romance. But here's what you do. You use the strategy to target authors that are very, very famous authors that have your audience, and you can actually do an ad, something like Mills and Boons, then you're going to love this. Or like Notebook, the movie, then you're going to love this. So really, really good strategy for taking the fans of a famous author who writes similar to you and has romance novels and bring them onto you. I hope you understand that. It's a really, really great strategy that I've seen working really, really well. Okay, so I've been asked in regards to your reference to setting up conversion ads, remarketing ads, like campaigns, how many do you do for us? So we had that strategy call first of all, and I set up your first couple of like campaigns to split test them, your lead ads to split test them, sales campaign to split test that, and there are a couple of remarketing campaigns to split test them as well. But you get the nice foundation there. I set up all the audiences for you so that you can then switch them on and switch them off as you please and duplicate them and do other ads as well. So you get the whole foundation in there and the training on how to do it as well. Good work, Tanya. Awesome stuff. Oh, gosh. Okay. Excellent. Okay, Renee. Thanks, Renee, for your message. Thank you very much. Okay, Sam. I'll send you an email straight after, Sam, with how you can do that. Okay, so I've had a question about what about selling tours? It's not something that people will come back to repeatedly after they have maybe done one or two. Is there a way to keep them coming back? Here's the deal with something like tours, and in fact, if you're locational tours as well. So, so Facebook is actually just introducing a new segment for people in the travel industry. Okay, where it's kind of like a geo fence. So when someone from Facebook comes into into the area, you can target them with an ad straight away. Okay, I'm not actually sure of the ins and outs of it, how it works, but basically you're able to. They've come into your area. Boom, you can send them an ad about your tour groups. That's one way of doing it. Okay, and you don't necessarily need the repeat customers. You need the referrals. Okay, so they might not come back straight away, but you're going to get referrals from them. So they will, you get them to post about the tour, you get them to post photos about the tour, and you target friends of you target you can upload your client base into Facebook, and you can retarget to a lookalike audience of them and so on, right? And you might do in your marketing and that you might put together a package that, if you book 3 tours or more or 2 tours or more, you get the third one at half price or something like that. So really good referral base you can use with your tour group. Okay. Okay, so what type of ad should I be used to sell events like quilting workshops at a major event? I have 96 classes on offer from international teachers. Awesome, Tracy. So I would be doing, I'd be building a list first of all. So it'd be some type of, just to give you an idea, Tracy, I have one of my businesses. So because I do this really well, I set up all these businesses, but I sell an ebook online as well, and it's called Card Making for Profit. So in your crafting industry, what I did to build that up was the exact steps I'm sharing with you here today, but was to build the list as well. Okay, so I gave a free guide about how you can make money from your passion. People opted into that, and then I was able to sell on an ebook from there. But for you, you'd be able to sell on an event. What I suggest you don't do is don't run an event-specific ad. So one of the objectives that you can get inside Facebook, you can do inside Facebook, is run events, right? I find them less effective. Do split test it. When I say don't do split test it if you want to, but I find running initially a website click ad, so get clicks to your website to get people to come is effective. If you can get over 10 conversions a week, then you can run a conversion type of ad as well. Video ads work really, really well, but then you remarket to the people that watch the video. Okay, what I find with events is I actually don't get that many people that book straight from a video, but I remarket to the people that watch the video. Okay. Great to have you on board, Minnie. Thank you. I'm looking forward to working with you. Hey, by the way, so we've got a few people coming through and buying the program coming back. Thank you very much for that. Just to let you know, you get access to the program straight away. Okay, so you can go through the material here tonight as well. So you'll be taken to a payment page. You can tick your option. Then you'll be taken to another page to sign into the members area. Okay. Rodney, the workshop's held on the Gold Coast here. So a beautiful place to come in September. It's at the start of September, the 2nd, 3rd and 4th of September. I will be sending you guys out the detail and the link to the booking page when I have that ready. the events. So Tracy, your event's only held every couple of years, yeah. So what you want to be doing with these quilting people is you want to be, not just putting them in one workshop that's every 2 years. You want to be selling them an online program as well. So some type of ebook or membership program, a video program, or something that they can learn quilting online as well. Build a massive list. Start building lists of quilters. That's what I would be doing as well. Yep. So I've been asked, is there a way that we can target a specific area? You can go right down to a 1 mile or 2 mile radius of an area, okay, on Facebook. So, yep, we're talking location, right down to 2 miles marketing area around a location. Awesome. Thank you, Jocelyn. Great to have you here on the webinar this evening. Okay, so hi Kerry, we're a beauty service business and it's hard for me to think of a soft offer, free stuff, because we're unable to give our services out for free. Would our Facebook campaigns be equally as appealing? Here's the thing with that. So we've got Sam, who has got the 3 salons up in the Sunshine Coast, and he specialises, okay? So he specialises in colour. So a lot of his marketing, he does every other hair type of stuff, but a lot of his stuff is specialising. His marketing is, we are the colour specialists on the Gold Coast, okay? So he doesn't necessarily have to give away anything for free as such to get people into the salon. Some of the things that you can do in terms of, and I do this with clients, is it depends how much of a lead gen you want to do. So I work with a physiotherapist, so it's a local business, and he gives away half price massages to his first clients. Okay, now he's not making a lot of money from that, but the long-term value of his client is worth it. So that well and truly pays for itself, and he finds that's really, really great to build a list. So come enter your details to get the ticket to get a half price massage. So it doesn't have to be free, but you can send people to a web page, an article on your web page that might mention, the different types of hairstyles or colours that suits different faces, and collect a website audience from that. Get them to come in to get discount codes or to get special VIP stuff and so on, okay? Have a look at what some of the big salons are doing. They do it really, really well. And even, run a contest. There's certain rules around running contests. It's a whole new webinar for that. But if you are signing up and you do have questions about that, you can certainly ask me inside the group. A lot of people are interested in that type of topic. Hi, Kerry. I'm launching a new product to support real estate property managers in WA. Okay, I'll just, wait a minute. All right. Claudette, I'll have to get back to you, sorry. Okay. Hi, Kerry. I do the amazing gift hampers. Oh, the most amazing gift hampers ever. Okay. Highly competitive industry. So many players. But I think I'm different though. Wow, that's good. Fantastic. The thing is, the number of times I see people advertising on Facebook and not advertising their point of difference, okay? If you're different and you're better, make sure that you tell people the story, okay? There's certain types of ads that you can run inside Facebook now. They're called Canvas ads, okay? Now, Canvas ads are brand new. It's a different type of layout than what you would have seen, but it's an interactive storyboard of ads. I reckon that would work really, really well for you, Michelle. And also carousel ads would work really, really well. But tell people why you're different, okay? Robert, awesome to see you. We must chat soon. Thank you for coming along. Hope you learned a bit tonight. Awesome. Awesome, Anita. Great to have you on board. Thank you very much. Okay, I have a Facebook page that is only real estate people of a few hundred Facebook friends, so it is very specific audience. That's awesome. Okay, so that's for, yep. Cool. If it's very, very specific, Claudette, and it's the real estate for for your new business, and that should work really, really well. Okay. I've got another question. What about when you have people take up the offer but not applying it? example is we ran a promo for $20 off first booking and 10 claimed it, but 1 used it. How can we get that to more people? It depends how you did that, Jocelyn. If you ran it as a promo, so specific clicked promo inside Facebook, that's possibly why you weren't able, people didn't claim it. I send them to a web page and where they enter their name, their email address, or their name, email address, and phone number, and you tell them that you need that so that you can call them back to book them in for whatever else, okay? So if it was one of those Facebook promo ads, I find that that's exactly what happened. People claim it, but then no one uses it, okay? Or not that many people use it. So I hope that helps. Okay. Yep. Oh, Dynachook. So our brand has been on the market for almost 6 years. However, we don't generate the majority of sales from brand searches. Can we use Facebook to grow brand equity? Dynachook. You can most certainly use Facebook to grow a brand, and that's what a lot of people do. You're just going to get a bit quirky and creative with your advertising, and it's certainly in growing a brand on Facebook, and that's where we had Lauren that you heard about before, who is the brand expert here, is it's about building rapport with people, building content, being there, doing the video, being there, engagement, and so on. Okay, so Facebook is really, really good to in terms of building a brand, but you do have to put, a little bit of effort into it, okay, with some of the steps that I've talked about. And since you were one of the first ones to jump on board, Ryan, I don't think you'll have any problem at all. Thank you, Michelle. So are you finding that desktop advertising has a poor ROI? I am finding that, actually. I'm finding more and more and more that it's the mobile advertising that's getting the results, okay? Now that is not across the board in every industry. Some of the older industries, in fact, or industries that have the older target market, yep, they're still doing their desktop, okay? But yes, I'm finding that, people are on their mobiles nowadays. So there's a couple of things to be really, 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 this is extremely important. Check that your website is mobile optimized, and not just mobile optimized, your web designer said it is mobile optimized. Check the user experience. Go through the buying process on the mobile device, and if you find it difficult, or you kind of go onto it and go, I can't see what I'm doing here, then your clients will too, okay? So that needs to be looked at. Anyone who works with me and comes on board here, who wants me to check out their website, whether that's okay, you can go into the group and say, hey, Kerry, or on our strategy call, that's one of the things that I look at. I go, let's have a look at your website, and let's look at what's happening here as well, okay? Can personal friends be able to be used in remarketing as well? Only if you have them on your database, okay? So you can't actually advertise to friends on your personal page, but if those friends are in your database, then yes. Now, here's a strategy that that you can do. So if you are on LinkedIn and you're business to business LinkedIn, and you've got a whole heap of people that you're linked with on LinkedIn, you can actually download the CSV file of people that you're connected with that has email addresses in it. You can upload that into Facebook and remarket to those people. Okay, so that's a nice little strategy that I know that some people have been using. Whoa, Ryan, we have an email list of 9,000 and have hardly marketed to them. Yeah, my suggestion would be that you do. And that's going to be absolutely awesome inside putting that back into Facebook. Are you just Australian, or are you worldwide? Let me know, Ryan. Okay. Thank you, Jocelyn. Really, really great to have you here this evening, and thank you for your nice words. Thank you very much. Rodney, so the videos were done last year, and I keep updating them. So some of the, one of the videos, or one or two of the videos, the page looks a little bit different today, but then I've put in new videos in there, an updated version. So most updated version, its change of the video would have been about a couple of weeks ago. So were all done last year, but like I said, I've updated most of them so that they're up to date. Worldwide, Ryan. Okay, yep. Cool. And new distributor in the UK. Awesome. Okay, fantastic. So selling to most countries. Awesome. Thanks, Rodney. Thanks a lot. Awesome. So we're coming to the end of it. What I'll do is I'm still open for questions. I'll stay here as long as you guys want to stay here. And we've got quite a few still on the line. And I know many of you are probably still thinking about it or still got questions in that. But let me just run through the summary of what you get. So the Facebook Ads Secrets Remarketing Training, valued at $1995. You get how to make sales from Facebook without spending a cent program at $497. How to create a profitable Facebook business from scratch. I call this a beginner's course, but most of you guys will be here now. Go through that. Even if you've got a page set up, go through that training. It is it's very, it will be very, very valuable for you. Okay, your one-on-one strategy session with me, valued at $997, and of course this is priceless. 12 months private mentoring inside my group, where you can ask me all those questions that you've been asking me here this evening, and I can get in there and answer them for you. And as I said, I have got a direct contact to someone at Facebook who I speak to on a weekly basis. So I'm getting information straight from the horse's mouth on what's coming out, what's new, what's happening, and so on, okay? And I ask them questions about what my clients ask me. I say, by the way, are we able to do X, Y, Z, or why is this not working, and so on. You also get that 12 video set, how to use Facebook to grow your business. And of course, the action takers bonus. I set it up for you, okay? So the total value is $10,483. So here it is. Get started today for just $997 or $297 tonight. You can go through all the information, and then 3 monthly payments of $297. So I'll just put the link back in there for anyone who has missed it. There it is, right there, okay? So let's see if we have any more questions here, because we've got quite a few of you still hanging around, so that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, have tried lead ads with the first campaign not recording those leads when I know of personal friends who submitted their details. Second time I tried it, did record those leads for me to download. Is there any way of getting the first lot that I know did happen? Tracy, I don't know. So I'm assuming you've gone into where you get the CSV file. I'm not sure how long ago you did these leads ads. Do you want to let me know how long ago you did them? As far as I know, if it didn't record them, it's probably a glitch in the system, and you may have lost them if you can't see that CSV file of those. And so I'm very, very sorry about that. So great webinar. Were you at the advisor boot camp recently? No, I wasn't actually. I don't know what that was. Sounds like it's interesting, Derek. Yep, Sam, I will send you the information. Do you want to put your email address in here, Sam? But so that I can send you an email straight after this, straight away. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Simon. Oh, well, hopefully we'll get to work with you. Okay. Only in the last 10 days, yeah. So I really don't know what happened there, Tracy, without looking in further into your lead campaign and whether you can get those or not. Rodney said, I'm going to have, so that's heaps of questions, no doubt, later when I have thought about it. Do you have staff available to answer? You're only one busy lady. You are correct, Rodney. I am one busy lady, but I do have staff members that work with me, and they are very, very, very good at answering questions. Okay, so all good. Thank you, Tanya. Hopefully we'll see you very, very shortly. Excellent. Thanks, Sam, for sending that through. I'm just going to write that down now so that I can flick you a webinar straight after here. Okay. Excellent. Great. Oh, okay. How effective is a competition to get lead ads? I have 1,000 worth of sewing machine and goodies to give away to generate more leads to add to my newsletter list. Yeah, I actually was I used to run contests a couple of years ago and absolutely loved them. And then what I found was that a lot of contest junkies, so these are people that are people or they're not real people would come and enter just because they wanted to win contests. And that's because a lot of people were, I guess, running contests to irrelevant gifts, okay, or irrelevant, win an iPad and your business is a beauty therapy business or whatever else anyway. So I stopped running them, but I've actually just set up exactly what you're talking about and I'm about to kickstart it. So a lead ad to a contest to win a Marathon Girl top and just to see how that goes. I have heard from others that they have had some good results or mixed results. So for a contest, $1,000 worth of sewing machinery and goodies, just put some rules in place when you're running contests. And some of the things that I say is no contest junkies must be show ID to claim gift so that you know that they're the real person, okay? That's just some of the rules that I put in place. Thank you, Tracy. Awesome, thank you. Okay. Ryan, so what happens is you would have logged into... So Ryan, you would have logged into the MEMS area and you'll get an email that should have sent to you right now that has exactly what you need to do and how you can get in contact with me, okay? So the first thing you need to do is you can go and join the group, get stuck into some of those videos and then organise a strategy call with me, okay? So there's certain order you need to do things to make it the best strategy call that you can get with me, so that then I can go and set up your stuff for you, okay? Okay, so sorry, that was Ryan, I think it was. I think I might have said Rodney. Rodney, your site's not open. Site not opening to buy. Site not, oh, okay. Not sure, Rodney, are you talking about you can't get through the link? We've had quite a few people get through, so I'm not sure what's happened if you can't. I'll just put the link in there again. If you are having issues, let me know. Just say, yep, having issues, Kerry, and I will go onto the page and I'll show you what it might be. I've had some people in the past have one little issue with something. Thanks, Tracy. Thank you very much. Awesome, Lucy. Good to have you on board. Thank you. Right, have we got any more questions? Rodney, you still got your question there? Just didn't quite understand what site not opening to buy meant. And I don't think I've got anything else. But we've got quite a few people still on the webinar. So it's going to be last chances to get hold of that Action Takers bonus. And I am pretty strict about that, guys. So, take action tonight because I do work with Action Takers and it's really not fair on the ones that did take action tonight. If you come to me tomorrow and say, hey, Kerry, you can get my program tomorrow and it is absolutely fantastic value and you will be able to go through it and like a lot of my clients have, but if you want the Action Takers bonus, tonight is the night. Okay, so awesome. So that looks like it's it. Thank you very much. This is just the last chance, but thank you very much. We've got a whole heap of people that have come on board. I'm really, really looking forward to working with you. And I hope the rest of you, I look forward to, seeing some of your results and things like that. And I'm happy I was able to help you with the process. It's just more and more people that are doing Facebook right out there, the happier I am, okay? Okay, Rodney got it. Excellent. Okay, awesome. Claudette might be able to jump on another webinar at some stage as well, okay? So just don't be shy, reach out, okay? Awesome, team. Thank you very much for being with me this evening. I've had an absolute ball and I look forward to working with you over the next 12 months. Thanks a lot.